Pow! And welcome back to the channel. What channel is this going on?
It's a mixture here.
It's a
like
multiverse.
Jacob's Toys and Dan Hu.
We're crossing over.
Yes.
Jacob, I can't believe you come all the way to MCM Comic-Con to meet me, Dan Hu, and the Who crew. You can't see on camera, but the whole Who crew are here repping.
They are.
So
You
do you know the magic word?
I'm not going to say it.
Go on, say it. Go on. I'll allow you to say it. Go on.
How?
There you go. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Look,
He's got a card.
No, but here, look, I'm here with Dan Hu, both at MCM.
Yes.
There's been loads going on.
Yep.
Bunch of reveals. There's still reveals going on as well.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Dwight, come in, Dwight.
Dwight's there.
I don't know what's going on here.
Basically, two different YouTube channels, so we're having a multiverse.
I think they're trying to replace me.
We're all here to interview Dwight, and we're just kind of
It's all for the love
interviewing
of
each
legends.
other.
It's all
It
for the
is.
love of legends.
We'll do our thing. It's not about me. It's about all of us.
Community.
We are in a
We're all together.
mutual.
Yes.
There is a judgment-free, mutual respect zone. Celebrating all things pop culture.
Of course.
By all means, finish your chat, and then we'll do a little.
Yeah. We've got a giant man to unbox. Yeah. Cool.
Fair enough. But yeah, there's loads of reveals. First up, obviously you were on the panel.
Yeah.
MCM.
Yeah. So free deluxe. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a wave for Captain America in the traditional sense.
No.
Do you know? Because if there was, we would have all assumed the Build-A-Figure would have been Red Hulk. Pretty obvious guess. And we are getting a Red Hulk, but it's in deluxe format. We are also getting two other deluxes. We're getting Captain America, the Sam Wilson Captain America now, in his sort of updated stealth uniform.
The
Looks
helmet
pretty good.
and stuff.
Yeah, apparently, I kept saying, we haven't seen the helmet, but then eagle-eyed people were like, no, it was right at the end of the trailer. And I was like, wow, blink and I miss it. I didn't see, but it looks cool.
Same as Falcon though. We've got a figure for Falcon.
Yep.
And we've not seen that costume properly. Like you saw again, a blink and you miss it kind of in the trailer.
But we knew it was coming because if you've watched Falcon and Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, then you know he gave him the wings, so you knew where that was leading. And also, I really like how the colours are comic influenced as well. Yeah. So I like how they take, again, the MCU, it picks and chooses from the comics what it wants and creates its own thing. But I do like it when it's got that wink and nod to the comics. It's good. I like Anthony Mackie. He's like Winter Soldier he debuted, didn't he? So I like how he's like now sort of one of the OGs within the franchise, and he's getting a chance to do his own film. So I am looking. I know the MCU's had some dips at the moment. Like as a fan, I completely admit that. But I genuinely am looking forward to Brave New World.
You're watching Agatha?
I'm not. This is a me thing. It's viewing habits. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I hate the waiting week to week. I'd rather pile them up and then watch it at my own pace. Because if I watch one episode and like it, I want to watch another one. I'm not a massive binger, but like if I want to watch 2 or 3 and then. Like if there's something else, so that's a me thing. So I'm gonna wait until it's finished.
It's a good show, man. It really is a good show.
Good.
I'm surprised that we haven't had some kind of tease. But speaking about MCM though, because obviously back in the day, we would get full waves of MCM figures ahead of the movies. We kind of know what the costumes were or what the characters were and that. And obviously this Falcon is now a little bit more in the taste of that because we're seeing the deco of the costume and obviously what he's going to look like on screen before we're really seeing him on screen.
One of the things that I said in the panel is, for me, the displaying and collecting is about world building, adding new characters to the collection. And like, of course, when we're not super familiar with him yet in that role, but again, it's a brand new character to add to the shelf, and it just makes me more intrigued to see it in live action. And it's like, of course, if the film's great, then people are going to be happy about the figures. But if the film ain't that great, then the figures may get underlooked. That's sort of what happens. So we just got to hope the film's great, and then I'm sure people will be like, oh, okay, they'll pay more attention. But there's always in the Legends community that divide where, are you an MCU collector? Are you a comic collector? And I'm always like, you can be both.
I've always been both.
Yes, you can be both.
I've always been both. So talking about comic books, the Sentinel was released.
It's literally in front of us as we record this video, like just staring at us.
So where are you at with it? Because I've got the HasLab. Have you got the HasLab Sentinel? Yeah. So, and I like the HasLab. So for me, I wouldn't replace one with the other, but obviously they're two very different things. But like, where's your head with the Sentinel?
So as I keep saying, collecting for me is fueled by nostalgia, right? That's right. And again, in my sort of late 30s, my introduction to Marvel was Spider-Man and X-Men animated series, right? So my mind's eye of so many of those characters are the renditions from that show. So when I think of close my eyes and think of a Marvel Sentinel, I think of that design. So I like the HasLab, of course I do. It's an epic figure, but that's much more a comic representation. So, but if I only had to have one Sentinel in my display, I'm gonna want my mind's eye. So I actually really prefer this
Wow,
one. So
okay,
I don't get me wrong, I still love the HasLab, but for me, my mind's eye is this one. And so I might turn my HasLab into a master mold and buy multiple of these. I was always annoyed I didn't get more of the HasLab because it's, of course it's expensive, but it went even more on the aftermarket. So I'm gonna I reckon I'm in for about 3 of these. And because it's not a HasLab, I know I've got time to plan. We're all adults.
Someone commented the other day, and when I posted about it after the reveal, with like the height difference, and someone posted, already pre-ordered 6. I was like, man, that is commitment. That is serious commitment. But I like a big figure. Like, you know, I collect like 1/6
you're 1/6
scale.
now, yeah.
A lot of my collection's gone to 1/6 scale, so I do like a bigger figure and something that's kind of takes up more.
Have you got the X-Men 97 stuff?
Yeah, I've got the X-Men
so
97.
it's a perfect. Like, it can be its own. The magic about Legends, like we just said, with movie and MCU. There's like Gameverse and like comics and animated. Like there's all these little pockets. So with that Sentinel, yes, it can be a comic Sentinel in your wider collection, but you can be more like restricted and be like, no, I'm just building an X-Men 97 display thing. Because Dwight's basically telling us we're going to get Beast, we're going to get Jubilee. Like these figures are clearly coming, so we're going to be able to complete the team. So like if you just want to complete an X-Men team, like just think episode 1 and 2 back in the 90s, Night of the Living Sentinels, whatever it was. You know, like they're going to be centerpiece.
People are impatient now as well. Like they're very much like, you know, like Beast and Jubilee, like I mentioned. We haven't got that to complete the team. But back in the day, there would be a wave revealed, and you'd wait years for a second figure on that. There's still a couple of teams we need to complete, though. There are still a couple of teams.
That's the point. That if I had to make a point to the Hasbro team, like moving forward, so like keep the innovation, keep upgrading, like keep utilising all the newness. Let's get rid of the pins now. Let's keep adding the articulation in the places. But then also, let's complete those teams. Like, I understand you've got to keep chugging out the main characters to constantly invite new people into the line. I get that. But remember the old school fans that have been with you for 20 years, and let's keep adding those new characters. So, like, this year we got Destiny, we got Wolfsbane, but, like, there are plenty of other teams. I want the Starjammers complete. I want Feral for my X-Force. Do you know, like, so there's still gaps that need to be filled. And the Hasbro team are constantly telling me they're aware of this, but like you said, it takes a while.
Drip feeding.
Takes a while.
So HasLab as well, on display here at MCM is that Ecto 1 or Ecto 1A, whichever one you're going to think. We both talked before we started filming about we're both going to be in for it. I was really frustrated. When they first announced it, I was really angry because I wanted a 3 3/4 inch Firehouse.
Oh, yeah. So I watched your stream and I was like, did you not see the clue? Like, they literally posted a picture with a wheel. And then you and Ash are like, oh, yeah, it could be the Firehouse. I'm like, the Firehouse doesn't have wheels?
Because that's the thing is, we were talking about it after the stream. We were like, that initial tease was thing. But then obviously they released the 3 3/4 inch Ecto 1. They've released the 3 3/4 inch like O-ring original lineup. And so I was just hopefully kind of... So I was really frustrated.
I asked Emily that question exactly. I was like, you're reissuing some of the original... So I brought all the original real Ghostbuster toy. And I said, why don't you re-release the actual Ecto 1 in like kids format? Would you do the Firehouse? And she was like, the tooling's too big. So like, I reckon it's like...
That's it.
Yeah.
But with that said, I was, like I said, I was really frustrated when it first kind of was announced. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait until I see it at MCM. First thing I saw when I got here was that Ecto 1. And it's stunning,
it's massive, by the way. Look, you see it online
huge,
and you think, oh yeah, it's big, it's cool. But
like,
you see it in person, you're like, okay, the shelf I was going to put it on needs to be bigger. Simple as that, it's massive.
It is a big, and it's really good. It's a really good looking car. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of figures as well. I just hope that this is maybe a bit of a tease to the Plasma series.
Well, Emily's made the point to say it's a Hasbro thing. So, like, if this does well, it shows that they want more, and then they can. So it sort of depends on this. We got 2 weeks to Tully, right? And you know what a HasLab campaign's like. As soon as that early bird, like, it can be a bit of a dangerous one. Because if it doesn't hit, then people start going, wow, now I've missed out, and it's... So I hope we do get it back quicker, sooner, so we can just go, look, can we just get excited about an epic Ecto 1 coming to our display?
It's awesome.
So
it is really awesome.
Another reason I'm glad that Sentinel is not a HasLab, because we can just buy it and not have to stress. Same with Dragon Man. I'm, as a Marvel fan, I'm very happy not to see a HasLab this year. Again, I'm a Marvel fan. I'm not, as much as I support Hasbro because they're making the toys that I love Marvel at the end of the day. So I want to support Marvel. And I'm in for Sentinels.
That was one of my switches to 1/6. Is that, like, again, I'm a massive Marvel fan. Like, I love Hasbro and what they do, but I'm a Marvel fan at heart. And being able to kind of get those figures, and they're not dolls.
Hello everyone.
They're not dolls. They're cool figures. So then, before we finish up, we can still
We've got a Beyblade tournament to go to.
Beyblades is going on. One figure then. One figure that you're hoping that we see in 2025.
We'll be running 4 stadiums.
Mephisto.
That was
Why the
say.
hell? Well, I thought I'd seen the breadcrumbs. I thought it was happening. I'm not mad at the Sentinel, but I thought I was following the breadcrumbs, and like people think I know stuff because I'm mates with Brandon. Brandon doesn't tell me anything, by the way. I don't know nothing, right? I didn't know it was Mephisto, but people were convinced, oh, Dan must know it's Mephisto. Clearly, I don't know anything, all right? So, yeah, I want Mephisto to win.
Mephisto, yeah, likewise. Listen, Dan, you need to get on a Geek Week. We need to get onto your stream. We need to do this more often. Seem to only kind of cross paths once a year.
Did the Mega Powers handshake?
It's all good. But yes, thank you very much, Dan. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
We'll catch up again another time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Otherwise, I'm a little well short.
I didn't realise you were this short in real life.
Yeah, I know, right? I am quite short. Are we both on?
Okay. Do you want to do an intro or do an intro?
I don't know.
Okay. I got.
You do your intro.
Okay.